What's up? Welcome back to the Corbett Creative Experience here on YouTube. Brought to you by Jolt Cola. Thanks for coming back. We've got a lot planned today.
Build me.
What the hell is that? Okay, anyways, so we've got really big episode planned today. Lot to cover, and as always, we're
Build me.
Dude, it's kind of sketchy. Okay, anyways, so we're gonna kick things off as we always do with the topic of the day wheel. So we're gonna spin that right away. Gotta love the topic of the day wheel. Long-standing part of the program. Just let it keep going. That was a little weird. And what? What is going on, dude? This is like this Furbies shit. So yeah, today we're going to be making a long Furby. Welcome to the Corbett Creative YouTube channel. So last year, at some point in a fever dream of creative exploration, I decided it would be a good idea to make what is known as a long Furby. Now, I know that many of you common folk don't know what this is, but unfortunately I was cursed with seeing them a while back, and ever since, my wife kind of had to hear me routinely say, I kind of want to make one of those. Like, I don't know, it's like they're sketchy, but they're like, I don't know, they creep you out, but they're cute and nostalgic and animatronic. So everything that one would love. So I made one last year and got some mixed feedback, a lot of interesting responses. And yeah, so that's how Snake Gyllenhaal was born. And along the way, one of my good friends reached out to me and she said that she wanted to commission me to make a long Furby for her partner. You know, at the time, I was really like, yeah, this is me now. I make long Furbies. Let's go. We're doing it. So I instructed her to go on eBay, and I said, you know, you should be able to pick your Furby, and then we'll roll it from there. We'll go with it. So after I got the Furby, it took me a while to eventually return my attention to it, but I went to Joann's Fabrics and got some matching fur for the belly stripe and for the Furby's body. So finally, we're making the long Furby. And I gotta get it done because this couple's anniversary is coming up and it is going to be a really weird present. And I want to be a part of that love sharing. And Furbies should be involved in every anniversary if you ask me. But here's here's how you make a long Furby. I'm gonna try to explain the process, and maybe if you are, in between learning Photoshop and Illustrator and these other tools that I want to teach you, maybe you make a Furby. I don't know. So before our Furby undergoes its final metamorphosis, we need to understand its dimensions. The main of which is the belly and the rest of the circumference of this. Now the stripe, the mane here, we're just gonna sort of leave as is, and we're gonna continue the gray fur pattern. But before we get into the actual Furby design phase, let's understand a little bit more about Furbies with a little bit of Furby History 101.
The 90s was a time of growth and experimentation. Children born into this commercial age were inundated daily with advertisements for the latest, greatest thing. Whoa, would you look at that thing? Huh, that's a strange little thing. In early 1997, after witnessing the success of the handheld digital pets, the Tamagotchi, David Hampton, Caleb Chung, and Richard Levy decided to take things to the next level. Throughout that year, they developed a prototype and quickly struck a deal with Tiger Electronics for their new digital pet, the Furball. At the time, there were a number of successful iterations of the digital pet, including Digimon, Gigapets, and Nintendo's Pokemon Pikachu. What made this concept special was that their artificially intelligent pet was embedded within an animatronic robot encased in fur, which you could actually pet. Their primitive AI utilized the toy's senses to create a series of audio and motion responses. Before launching in 1998 at the famous FAO Schwarz toy store, the toy was renamed Furby, and Hasbro acquired the rights from Tiger in order to help the product reach its ultimate potential. At FAO Schwarz alone, 35,000 Furbies were backordered by the end of that week. With 1.8 million units sold in 1998 and a whopping 14 million sold in 1999, it was safe to say that these toy inventors had struck some sort of gold. Over the first 3 years of sales, there were 40 million Furbies sold, leading us into the 2000s, where the toy was unfortunately outmatched in the marketplace, where the consumers were decidedly going digital with Club Penguin, Neopet, and Webkins. The way that Furbies flooded the market between 1998 and 2001 created an oversaturation of the product, leading Hasbro to halt production for years. Like everything else in the early 2000s, Furby was rebooted in 2005. A venture which proved unsuccessful for the brand as they were gone from most shelves by 2007. Again in 2012, the Furby was rebooted, now featuring a mobile app. Since then, we've seen the Furby Party Rocket, the Furby Boom, Furblings, and most recently, Furby Connect. It is safe to say that none of these have captured the success of the original Furby, and thanks to the fandom surrounding the toy, it has been given a new life on Tumblr with fan-made mutations dubbed Long Furbies. For many, the Furby represents a flashpoint in the toy industry, at the cusp of the digital age, a moment when machine became flesh, or fur, or whatever.
So when I recorded the first part of the video, I didn't have my long Furby on site, and now I can introduce you to Snake Gyllenhaal, the black velvet long Furby. So yeah, I made that long Furby as some weird experimentation and got caught up in making another one here. And just like your favorite cooking shows, all the work is already done, and I'm gonna pull a ready-made long Furby out of the oven in just a minute.
I'm God Fieri and we're rolling out!
But first I'm gonna break down kind of the simplified way that I made it. But yeah, I didn't film any B-roll of myself actually sewing. I think the idea here is just to show you that you can kind of make something weird. I'm not a professional sewer or a seamster. So yeah, first things first, we're gonna open up Illustrator. Right, so the basic idea that I've got is to make a Furby that tapers as it goes down. I want it to kind of be a pyramid, a subtle pyramid-shaped Furby. And all along I've sort of been inspired by the color of the Furby. It's gray and white, and it kind of looks bunny-ish. So I'm gonna make a Big Chungus Furby. And if you don't know what a Big Chungus is, unsubscribe. Anyways, so yeah, we're inside of Illustrator. We are going to just not do anything super intensive with the walkthrough here, because it's just going to be a playground for us to make a basic template for our stitching. So, wanted to make something that basically we can sew around the top and bottom and then stitch it together along this edge and that edge. And we should have ourselves a nice long tall fat Furby. And as I already mentioned, it's done. The Furby hath been created. So let's check it out. So yeah, this is my second ever long Furby, hopefully the last ever. And pretty proud of it. It turned out exactly as I had dreamed. Very Chungus shaped, girthy.
Damn, boy!
And yeah, I'm happy with it. So you may have noticed that I added a carrot here to fully flesh out the Chungus persona. Yeah, and the fur at the top, I didn't quite get to match anything that I found at the fabric store, but that's just how it goes, man. In the Furby game. Oh, sorry, blocking the Kirby camera. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was really random. I had to make a long Furby. Figured I might make some content out of it along the way. So thanks for tuning in. Hope that it maybe inspired you to get weird and make something. Make a long, I don't know, submit other things that you could, submit other childhood toys that I can experiment on making weird versions of. Maybe that'd be fun. Maybe that's the direction the channel goes in. I don't know. Kirby, anything to say? Any words of wisdom? All right, tune in next time where we're going to be, I don't know what we're doing. Thanks, guys.
Corby Creative is in no way affiliated with Jolt Energy Cola. Any reference to Jolt was made sarcastically in an effort to make the content relatable. I mean, do you guys even make Jolt Cola anymore? If so, we are highly interested in a collaboration or sponsorship. Please don't sue us.